This is a demonstration of the new decimal precision control for labels in Template Studio Author in NX2506, the June 2025 release of NX. I'm going to use this product template to illustrate the technique, but this works exactly the same in product templates and feature templates and deformable components, now that all of these are authored in the Template Studio application. Let's take a look at how you can use this to give nicer, cleaner feedback on the dialog to users of your templates. Okay, here's how it works. This particular product template is one of the earliest examples, actually, of a product template created, I think, back in NX5 by a guy named Dwayne Evans, who's awesome. And this particular one was actually an older parametric model, and he wrapped this with a product template interface that looks like this. He configured this here using a bunch of tabs up here at the top. So there's a system configuration tab here that has an option to change the quantity of these cabinets. As we do that here, you can see that it adds new ones. And there's kind of a poor man's bill of material down here at the bottom. You see some count of screws and power outlets and floor panels. There's some power strips in the back, and the floor panels, floor supports are these guys on the floor down here. As we do that, you'll see that, there's a cabinet height there as well. You can see where, for instance, if we come in and say we want to add a second analyzer, this one with the blue screen here is in the middle, then we'll see the cabinet actually get taller here, right? So right now that's saying 66 inches, and if we add a second one of these in here, you can see that cabinet height grows as we do that, right? So now you notice that the feedback down here for the cabinet height and for these quantities all has a whole bunch of decimal places showing here, right? And that's not the prettiest way to do that, right? This particular control, this I think it's a read-only control, it's called, it tends to do this, right? And so we wanted a cleaner way to give better feedback on the dialog that just looks better, is cleaner here, and we're going to give you some control over how many decimal places are shown there. To do this, one of the things we're going to do is migrate this particular template from the classic Product Template Studio or PTS Author, this is the older application, into the new Product Template Author that we introduced back in NX2506. And this is going to be a slightly different format in terms of the internal data, and it's gonna give us a whole bunch of the new tools that are in that common environment, again, where we're authoring now product templates and feature templates and deformable components these days. So we can do that simply by, actually, we can open it here in the old PTS Author, and we can see that it's in the old PTS Author here. This is again the classic one. You know, the visual rules is over here on a tab, and the reusable, or the manager here, the associated files and stuff are on this tab, and we'll see those up here on buttons in the new application, right? But again, this is the classic product template here. And what we can do now is open this in the product template and author. And when we do that, it's going to go into the new Template Studio Author environment, and we'll see it convert. And that takes about, that long to do. It's done super quick. And now the dialog, of course, we preserve all of the widgets and things like that. But there are a couple new things we can do here. You'll see that again, some of those things that were in tabs in here before are up here on the toolbar now, which is a little cleaner way to do this. And one of the things you'll notice in here as we go down and look again at these controls down at the bottom here, these are again a read-only widget. If we scroll down and take a look at these, this read-only text here is the type. You see one of these highlighting. If we do that count right above, you'll notice this particular one is looking at a height expression, the Z height expression. And in the new one here, you'll notice that this has a unit, right, which is pretty cool. We'll see that here more in just a moment as well. But new thing we're doing there. These others down here are unitless quantities. These are a count here, of course, of these things. And again, the decimals don't make a lot of sense on the count down here, right? Some of that precision is useful on the height, probably not 6 decimal places worth, right? So let's take a look at what we can do here. So for each of these, we can come in here now and choose, instead of the read-only height, the other way to give this kind of feedback on a dialog is to use the label. And in the label control here, we've added, now you'll see this decimal places control, right? This label is this kind of presentation. It's a little bit cleaner, right? And if we want to, we can say I want to have this with maybe 1 decimal place of accuracy. So as I enter a 1 there and hit the enter key, you see that comes down. And again, the units here are coming along for the ride free. We're not having to do anything fancy to make those appear now, which is really nice. For these guys down here, for the counts down here, these again are a count. And so because of that, I'm right-clicking over here to choose the presentation. And of course, there are a bunch of options for how we can present an expression in a template interface. But as I choose these, this with being a count, I can choose these to have, say, 0 decimal places of accuracy, right? So that'll come down here and truncate everything to the right of the decimal place and give us just a count. To make these look a little better here, I think what I want to do is add a colon after these guys here, just like this, just to give it a little separation. And yeah, that looks pretty good down there, right? So I'm going to come through and go ahead and do the rest of these here. Add a separator there. Again, come and make this a label, and we'll take out the decimal places on this guy. And of course, what we're headed for here, and hopefully this is obvious as we do it, is making a cleaner presentation here that we can give to our users to give them feedback in a way that's going to be easier to read potentially, and is going to make the number more useful in the kind of context that we're showing it here. Again, these counts makes a lot of sense to not have decimals associated with these. There we go. So to get all colons are all in there. Those are all in. Yeah, and that's just a nicer presentation, right, of all that information coming back. So conceptually, I think you see what we're doing there. Again, for any of the expression inputs here, we can choose that to be a label. This is, again, for feeding back information to the dialog. These are not inputs. These are all outputs, right? Things that are going to be information calculated by the model or measured in the model. And again, we can choose that decimal precision now as we report that back to the dialog. Okay? So I hope you find that useful.